All right, folks, a little hydration for your Pratte Pack. After the Steelers make it into the postseason, it's been non-stop today, but congratulations to the Roonies and the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to the postseason. Now, long overdue. You know, I got that French-Canadian blood, the family from Toronto, Canada, and it's been really a long time coming. We're going to actually take a close look at the first half of the season of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and what better guys to do it. Listen, Pittsburgh had the Hanson brothers, and we've got the Stiffy brothers. This is Tim and my friend James. And when it comes to the Penguins, these two guys are the 1-2 punch. So let's get going. Let's talk about this defense, really, which when you look at the Penguins, that's been their entire problem all year.
Well, you know, it's like they always say, the best offense comes from defense. The Penguins have been lacking at the blue line this season. Chris Letang going out with injuries. Rob Scuderi, not the mobile presence, and without that 1-2 punch with a big defensive partner that they've had in the past. And defense isn't generating until the forwards go up and score goals.
Okay, Jim, let's talk about the injuries, which really have affected the game plan. Marc-Andre Fleury got back in the game against the Islanders yesterday, in which Sidney Crosby had 2 power play goals. They get a 5-2 win. He makes 38 saves. How much of a difference will he do?
Absolutely, 100%. Marc-Andre Fleury is the MVP of the season right now. Like my brother had commented on the defense, they've been a little bit lackluster. Now they've made some moves over the past couple weeks to get some new players in that can move the puck and get things going. But with the way they were playing the system, you need Marc-Andre Fleury to be that stable presence in the net and actually get the play moving up the ice from the net.
You know, I've often said that the thing the Penguins needed was a leader behind the bench, an old school type of hockey coach, a mucker and grinder, if you will. And that's what I see in Mike Sullivan. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely agree. The Dan Bylsma project, failed to go deep into the playoffs for several years. Johnson was brought in, failed to establish the team, failed to take advantage of the elite players on the roster. The first couple games when Sullivan got on the bench were a little bit tough, but now you're seeing the Penguins start to adapt and start to grow with him as a leader. So, absolutely, Sullivan seems to be the answer right now.
I agree 100%. I was a little bit hesitant when they brought Sullivan in just because we have gone through the process of bringing in, an AHL minor league coach to come in. However, Sullivan, he had his experience with Boston, comes in and, the first couple games, learned a new system, trying to get things turned up, and for the most part, they're coming through the zone a little bit better. They're passing a little bit, and the main thing, Crosby, whether or not it's a result of the coaching change or not, Sid is actually starting to make plays on his own as opposed to trying to dump the puck to everybody else. And hey, when the captain's taking shots, you're going to win.
Do you think we expect too much of guys like Crosby and Malcolm and Kessel just because they're the marquee players? Are we putting too much on them, or do you think they've not delivered enough?
I don't think anybody can say an ill word about Danny Malkin this season. He's definitely produced points. He's making the plays. Sidney Crosby has consistently performed for the Pittsburgh Penguins. The biggest gripe about him is he has not had forwards to play along with him to do well. Phil Kessel is playing exactly as Phil Kessel was expected to play. He's a marquee name. He's a big contract. But Phil Kessel is not a natural goal scorer. Phil Kessel is a guy who's going to make room for the other players on the ice. And that's what he's been doing.
All right, Hornquist, the most underrated player? Why?
I'll let him go first.
You know what? Now, my brother briefly lived in Nashville, and I've been down there twice. First off, heck of a hockey town, which you never thought you would say it. But Patrick Hornquist is that presence where he will get in front of the net, he will get gritty, he will block that goaltender, and he has a very sneaky shot. That guy, he's never going to put up 50 goals on a season. But you know what? You park him in front of the net, you let him deflect some pucks, you let him screen the goaltender, the guys on the ice with him, they're going to be better because of it.
All right, special teams, 60 minutes of hockey and grit. Fill in the blanks and we'll wrap it up on that note. James and Tim Stiffy talking hockey here at the wonderful Monaca SOR.
I'll say the biggest problem, penalty killing has been strong all season for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Guys like Matt Cullen and Eric Fair have really stepped up and taken their place of Pascal Dupuis, who stepped out with injury. That being said, the Pittsburgh Penguins for the last several seasons have gone with a center drive on their power play and have not found much success as teams have adapted to it. You also have marquee players like Phil Kessel and Sidney Crosby, who both prefer to play the half wall or half board during the power play. And at that point, you're taking your distraction out from in front of the net. Sullivan's job and Talkett's job and Lemaire is to get those guys, playing in position, working the system, and getting the shots and getting the obstruction in front of the goaltender. That's going to lead to success. In the Detroit game, you saw 2 power play goals early on in the game. because guys were getting in front of the net, namely Patrick Hornqvist.
And I agree 100% with what James said. The main thing is, and this has been great for the Penguins for years, not just under the current administration, but they like to get pretty on the power play. They like to pass the puck around the outside and then get 1 or 2 shots on the power play. I think now they're making the transition. They understand the talent they have, and they know, hey, we get some guys in front of the net, just get the puck on net, get a rebound, get the puck in the goal.
Hey, they're so good. They look the same, folks. They think alike, they act alike, and they know hockey. It is the incredible talent of James and Tim Stiffy. All about your Pens from the Monaca SOI. Good night.